with the exchange with Nurkic and Marshall and Washington that happened there in the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you've seen probably as much as I have and maybe some replays, but, an offensive foul and then feels like, something was said and, it escalated from there. And obviously Marshall and Washington thrown out for them and Nurkic for us. So, I don't have a whole lot more to add from it. I've watched it, and, I'm sure the league will do what's appropriate.
Were you able to speak to Nurkic at all afterwards?
Yeah, I just quick check in with him. So, he's a competitive guy. He's good.
Another thing I had was obviously the game, we got work making shots, and I know just maybe holding them to 98s, which is probably a really good number, under 100, and then just the shots not falling. Did you like the looks you guys got tonight?
Yeah, I think, just to stay on the defense for a second, I think the guys, they competed. Their effort and energy and activity for a lot of possessions, a lot of night. Kyrie, I think, hit his first 4 shots, and I think several of them were highly contested. So defensively, a lot of good stuff. And then offensively, yeah, we had some opportunities. We had some good looks. We had some possessions where, we probably weren't as good as we need to be and executed as good as we need to. But it was a little bit of both. Good defense by them. Give their defense credit. You probably got to take advantage of your good looks. And we just weren't able to do that tonight. Credit to them, and just a little bit off for us offensively.
Coach, when you look at their defense, they were, trying to shrink the floor and pack the paint a little bit. Did you feel like you guys were able to generate enough rim pressure? I know that's been probably an area for improvement for you guys as well.
Yeah, I think, just like I said, there's some examples where, we executed, we played with the pass. I think we tried to take their aggressiveness and use it against them, but there were times where their activity, them shrinking the floor, them putting 2 to the ball, putting a guy to the roller, scrambling around. It's a little bit of everything. Their defense is good. Definitely give them credit. At times, we were good, but we just didn't make enough plays offensively.
Just what you saw from Kevin in that third quarter with how he was trying to keep you guys afloat and the effort he put forth.
Yeah. No, Kevin took a lot of the load tonight. I think we were down 15 at half or 16, and to finish the third quarter, I think down 6 or 8, and we had a chance to cut it, right there at the end. So, Kevin's given us a ton, both ends of the court. He wants it badly.
Coach, this might be an age-old question, but going back to the fight, in the heat of the moment, I understand all that, and they're competitive. They're going to get into some issues like that. But as a coach, how can you instill restraint for the players at times? And, do you want to? I would assume you would.
Yeah, no, I think that level of altercation is not good for, our team. It's not good for anybody individually. It's not good for our league. So I don't know all the details of, what got it to that point. I don't think you want guys, an altercation to reach that level ever. But I can't speak on, all the details, but certainly restraint, certainly, sometimes just trying to, maintain what's best for yourself, what's best for your team, what's best for the league. Everybody's got a lot of responsibility when we step on the court. Myself as a coach, our players, our opponents. So the league will look at it. We want to be our best in all situations.
Speak to just how fortunate that was with the altercation with Nurkic and Marshall and PJ. Maybe how you saw it from your perspective.
Yeah, I just I turned around at the right time, to be honest. I didn't know what they were talking about. I don't know what it was about. I just seen a couple punches get thrown, and you hate to see that in this game because guys gonna get suspended, maybe lose a lot of money doing that. So, but that's what happens when you compete. Sometimes your tempers flare up a little bit and you go overboard. And then on the other side, you try to protect yourself as well. So it was an unfortunate situation, but I understood both. You know what I'm saying? I understood what Dallas was thinking, their perspective. And being frustrated out there, sometimes you do things that you may regret after the game. So hopefully we can move on from it.
Lastly, for you guys have a defensive effort like that, and it just shows that the offense just wasn't there. I mean, you've talked about make or miss league, but is that pretty what this came down to tonight for you guys?
Yeah, offense is key in this league, the most important thing. I mean, obviously, good offense always beat good defense. I think that you look at the game, they started off the game hot. I think the first 4 to 5 threes or 5 out of 6 threes. And when you think about it, the rest of the game, we kind of had them in check defensively. So that's the game to me. Those first 5 threes won the game for them. And it sucks when it's like that small of a margin, because I think we played connected all night on both ends of the floor. And sometimes when shots didn't go in, we had some great looks, especially in the first half. They just didn't go in. And you don't have no moral victories or anything after a loss, but it's just like when you playing the game and you see how it was going, like you can build upon some things that we did tonight. So just got to move forward and get ready for the next game.
Kev, when you look at the way that Dallas was kind of trying to shrink the floor and pack the paint a little bit, how do you combat that? I mean, obviously making shots helps, but is it just a matter of that, or is it more rim pressure? Or?
I think it's just a matter of making shots. I mean, because they were at the rim the whole game. I was like, we can't force it at the rim if they're going to be there. And they got athletic. Daniel Gafford was there. Dwight Powell. They were just sitting at the rim the whole night. So they're forcing us to make that extra pass out. We got up 35 threes. We shot 37%. It was pretty solid. I mean, if you want to be greedy, we could, the amount of good looks we got, we can say we can make 17 or 18 of those. But that's the name of the game. Sometimes those shots not going to go in. But I think that didn't discourage us on the other side of the ball, and that's something we could build on.
Kevin, sorry if this was already asked, but it's so rare for Kyrie to have a shooting night like that. What did you guys think you did to affect him once he made 4 in a row to start the game?
Yeah, I mean, the first 4 threes he made, that shit was tough. A couple fall-aways out of bounds, and he's y'all know how I feel about Kyrie Irving's game. He can do everything on the court at elite level. And have 5 turnovers and miss 15 shots, that's the game that we can ask for. That's probably the last time he'll do something like that. So it sucks that we didn't get the W with it, but I like how we were connecting on that end.
For you in the first half specifically as a team, did it feel like the offensive process was there for you guys with the way you were creating shots and they just weren't going down?
Yeah. I mean, because they sell out on the ball a lot. They put 2 or 3 on the ball, and sometimes to the point where they just sit up there and wait for you to pass the ball out that pick and roll, and they try to rotate afterwards. So we were getting some good looks, but they just didn't go in. And, that's the name of the game. We just get ready for them all.
Josh obviously doesn't get a ton of frequent, consistent minutes, but it feels like he's been able to come in and give you guys a boost recently. What have you seen from J.O.?
Yeah, just excited for J.O. Excited that he get an opportunity. His minutes were, they fluctuated throughout the start of the season. Coach trusts him. We all trust him. So when he gets out there, we put him on the best player. He cuts to the rim hard. He's shooting the ball well this year. So I think he's earned himself more minutes. Coach feels the same way, and hopefully keeps building on it.